So I think my new favorite lens is this G Master 24mm prime lens by Sony. It has an aperture of f1.4, so it can go super wide, great for astrophotography and low light scenarios. It has an aperture ring as well, which is very nice for adjusting on the fly. And its focus ring is very nice and smooth as well. I really enjoy how small and light this lens is as well. I mean, it's quite a bit smaller and lighter than my Sigma lenses and all my other zoom lenses. So in a scenario where you're shooting all day, whether it be videography or photography, this is not gonna kill your arms for being too heavy. It's wide enough so if you wanted to take one specific lens for traveling, especially doing landscape photography or hiking and stuff like that, this is probably the best lens for you. Granted, you're not gonna get the different focal lengths that you would get out of a zoom lens like a 24-70 or 14-24. But just from the fact of how small this is, it just makes it such a nice addition, especially for people traveling. So one of my main hobbies is doing nature photography and nature videography. So let's jump right into that and see what we get. So the first thing I want to mention is how happy I am with the clarity of this lens. I mean, everything just looks super clear and crisp and creates such an amazing vivid shot. Coupled on with that it's so light for hiking, I don't really see myself taking many other lenses out on the trail anymore. The major thing I like about this lens is a lot of this trail is very low light, being in such a thick canopy. You can't really tell, it looks very crystal clear and you're not really getting any noise whatsoever. Now those were a few video clips. Let's go ahead and move over to some photography here. Now these shots are absolutely beautiful. If I'm being absolutely honest, if you put this side by side with a Sigma lens versus this Sony G Master lens, I'm not gonna really be able to tell too much of a difference. That being said, just for the fact of how light it is, that's pretty much what excites me. I have other lighter lenses, but usually with that lightweight type benefit, you're getting less quality. And in this situation, you're not getting less quality at all. I will say, just by glancing at these photos after doing some brief editing, clarity again is I don't know, it just hits different. Please let me know down in the comments what you think about these photos. All right, so my initial thoughts overall on this lens so far is I love it. I thought the photos came out pretty clear. I think they came out more clear than most of my other shots with my other lenses. But what really sells me on this lens is how good the video is, especially in low light scenarios. Some of those shots, it was very shady, but you honestly wouldn't be able to tell just by looking through the video shot through this lens. Now this prime lens does come with a pretty hefty price tag of $1,400, but that's kind of what you're going to expect when going all the way to f1.4. Speaking about f1.4, I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is a beast in astrophotography. It might not be as wide as you'd like. As far as getting enough light for getting the type of astro shots that you would want to get, this will do the job just well. Speaking about how light and travel friendly this lens is, it only weighs 15.7 ounces. And for comparison, this Sigma 24-70 is over double at 36 ounces. So carrying this around compared to carrying this around, it honestly it's crazy. This is so much lighter. Another great feature about this lens, and something I actually do like a lot about Sigma lenses, is it has the autofocus, manual focus switch button right there. And it makes it so easy when you're on the fly and you want to take something that you need to focus on a little bit better, that your autofocus just isn't doing the cut. It's really nice to have, especially when you're doing detailed shots of like a spider or a leaf and you don't have a macro lens on you and you just want to shoot whatever you can get on the 24mm. That autofocus manual focus switch is gonna help you out quite a bit, saving you quite a bit of time. Now for those of you who need an ND filter, and you should always kind of have an ND filter handy just in case, it has a 67mm thread. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at getting this lens. As always, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description where you can get this lens. So if you're interested in looking more into this lens, please follow that link and check that out. And honestly, I think one of the biggest selling points of getting a G Master lens over a Sigma or a Tamron lens is it does just have a tad bit more clarity in the image. I think you can honestly get away just fine with a Sigma or Tamron lens. They're fantastic lenses. It's what I primarily use. And honestly, most people are not gonna ever be able to tell the difference just by looking at an image and saying, hey, what did I shoot this on? They're not really gonna be able to tell. So in that sense, can you get a more economical lens by going with a Sigma or a Tamron equivalent? Sure. But honestly, in my opinion, if you are gonna do that, you should go with the zoom lenses as far as whatever focal lengths you want, the 70 to 200, 24 to 70, etc. And when you're getting your prime lenses, spend up the extra money to get your G Master lenses that way. And it's gonna give you kind of the best of both worlds, where you're not really breaking the bank with a prime lens by getting a G Master. You don't have to really break the bank getting your 24-70 G Master, which is like $2,200 or whatever it is, when you can get a $1,000 Sigma lens that will do the job just as well. If you have other G Master lenses, especially prime lenses, please let me know down in the comments. I want to know your opinion on it. I would love to see some of your work shot with these lenses, whether it's videography work or photography. So tag me in a link or give me the link down in the comments and I'll check that out. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider hitting that subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you all in the next one.